What is up, Detroit Lions fans? Detroit Dan 313. Will here back with another one, man. Excited for this one. But before we get moving, man, Brad Holmes making another move, man. He's willing and dealing. Not the move that I think a lot of people were hoping for, in a sense of, I think you guys were hoping and wishing and praying that we were sealing the deal on an edge rusher. But to me, I think we made the more important move. I think we made the move to keep another one of our pride home where he should be, in Alim McNeill. So Alim McNeill, 4 years, $97 million. 97 million dollars. His pockets aren't going to be hurting for a long time. 97 mil, 55 mil guaranteed, makes him the fourth highest paid DT in the game. I think it's well deserved. So put it in the comments, guys. How do you feel about it? Lee McNeill, do you think his money was well deserved? Did we overpay? Did we underpay? Or is it just right? Because I think it's just right. Alim, if you happen to catch the show, congratulations, man. Happy that you'll be here for another 4 years, man, taking care of business. You've been balling out this season. Now, to the meat and potatoes of this thing. You guys seen the thumbnail. It's matchup day. Vikings are on the clock. Not going to get into game day, pregame stuff or anything like that. But every week, man, I'm going to tell you guys the matchup that I'm excited for. And this week, I think it goes without question. We know that Justin Jefferson is coming to town. And how could you not be excited for that? And I think that it's been pretty much set in stone what we're going to do to these number one receivers. These number one receivers are going to come to town, and they're going to have to come see our guy Carlton Davis. Now, Carlton Davis has given up some yards, right? He's given up some plays, but when he stood on that podium, when he came to Detroit with those shades on, and he made the comment that, Detroit, you're going to get a lockdown corner. Detroit, I'm about to come here, and I quote, I'm about to come here and lock shit up. Now, has he put everybody in clamps? I think it's relative, man. I think it's relative. And when you go back to that film and you watch, is he shutting everybody down like Deion Sanders and having an island that you can't even throw to? No, it's not like that. But is he competing, and is he making it hard for every single receiver that comes to Detroit? 100%. Carlton Davis, to me, is balling out, and he's a hell of a upgrade from Cam Sutton. I'm sorry, I'm about to say Cam Newton. Cam Sutton, man. So Carlton Davis, man, I think that he is going to pose some problems for Justin Jefferson when Justin Jefferson comes to town. But that said, Justin Jefferson has been balling. So they coming off the bike week, he should have some fresh legs. And I got some stats here on Justin Jefferson. Week 1 against the Giants, he put up almost 106 receptions for 92. Week 2, Green Bay, 6 receptions, 85 and a tutty, followed by Houston, 6 receptions, 80, a tutty. Week 4, 4 receptions, 133 yards, a 97-yard touchdown. And then 2 weeks ago against the Giants, 44 yards and a tutty. So 4 touchdowns on the season already got a halfway to 1,000-yard season. Justin Jefferson is playing tough this season. I wouldn't expect anything less, honestly. I think he's one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in the game right now. But I don't think he's seen anything like these Detroit Lions in the secondary, because, yeah, Carlton Davis is going to be out there competing against Justin Jefferson, but that's not the only thing that you got to count for. When you come to Detroit, you got to count for them 2 dogs on the back end, and they have been balling themselves, man. You got to count for Kirby Joseph, and you got to account for none other than Brian Branch, man, who's been playing absolutely out of his mind as well. So Carlton Davis is going to have some help back there, man. He's not going to be just back there playing on an island, having to depend on only himself. You never know where those safeties might be lurking, man. So Minnesota coming in as an undefeated team, tons of confidence. Justin Jefferson kind of hot, man, balling out right now. I think that they're going to get humble when they come to Detroit, man, and Justin Jefferson himself. He's already made the statement that Carlton Davis has played him at the toughest as any corner in the NFL, and I think we're going to see more of that, this week. So I'm interested to see, man, what's it gonna look like? Is it gonna be one-on-one situations with Carlton Davis? Because obviously nobody in this league is lining up and just playing Justin Jefferson one-on-one all game. But is there going to be one-on-one moments? I'm interested to see how Carlton Davis fares in those moments. Is there going to be situations where they try to bump him and move him around? Is Brian Branch going to get some opportunities? Because they love to put Justin Jefferson in the slot and bumping around the formation and make you account for him. So I'm interested to see how BB fares. And will our young dog get some opportunities to go against the best in the league in Terry and Arnold? Because I love what I see out of Terry and Arnold in press coverage, man. Even though, like I said before, he's gotten a couple of penalties. He's a young dog, man. He's a young lion. He's gonna get it figured out, and when he does, it's gonna be scary, man. I think he's got the potential to be one of those lockdown corners, like I don't know, Stephon Gilmore, Darrell Revis, Champ Bailey. The list goes on, man. He can be another one of those lockdown corners, man. And that's what I'm looking for out of him, to be honest, man. He's got a dog in a stable and a savvy vet in Carlton Davis to learn from. So, guys, I want to hear from you, man. What do you think? Do you think that Carlton Davis is going to hold up against Justin Jefferson, or is it going to be one of those bend but don't break where Justin Jefferson has one of those games where he has, 100 yards, 150 in a losing effort? Because I do think that there's a potential that it could go either way. I'm not going to pretend like Justin Jefferson it doesn't have game. He doesn't have the potential to go off, but I just don't see how it happens, right? Honorable mention matchup has got to be Jordan Addison and Terry and Arnold, man, who I just mentioned. Jordan Addison's no slouch either, man, and I think Terrian's going to have his hands full guarding Jordan Addison, but he's done well on these number 2 receivers so far, throughout the season, man. So I don't think that it's going to be anything to keep us up at night. I think that these Minnesota Vikings have not seen a secondary like the Detroit Lions, and I think arguably the Detroit Lions could have the best secondary in the league and one of the top 5 defense. But what is it going to look like having those guys out there competing without Aiden Hutchinson? Because I've talked about it before. Both these things are attached on a string. Those guys getting pressure, those safeties and corners not having to cover for quite as long, it really assists those guys in looking good. So now that we don't have Aiden out there and those corners and safeties are going to have to cover these guys for just a little bit longer, how are these guys going to fare? I'm interested in seeing that, but I think there's no better test than the Minnesota Vikings coming to town with Justin Jefferson. And I think it'll be kind of a way for us to find answers to, do we need to apply more pressure to going out and finding some more edge rush help, or are we okay with exactly what we got right now, man? Because my suspicion is Brad Holmes isn't going to do anything crazy. He's probably going to make some moves and bring some guys in. He's already brought in Isaiah Thomas, but he's going to make some moves and make some little moves here and there. But I don't think that we're going to see that super splashy Hakeem Reddick or Myles Garrett or, any of those super crazy moves. I think we'll see some veterans or some guys that are in some different situations, some like Isaiah Thomas, a younger guy that's on the bubble, come in. So I got a few thoughts of guys that could end up Detroit Lions that I'm going to put out later. So I'm not going to talk about them now, but guys, I think we got to really pump the brakes on that big splash move, because I really don't see that happening except for one situation. And again, I'll put that out in a later episode. So guys, put it in the comments. What are you thinking as far as this situation with Carlton Davis and Justin Jefferson? Do you think that Carlton Davis is going to be able to hold up? Do you think that this Detroit Lions defense is going to be okay playing without Hutch, or do you think we're in trouble? That's all I got for today's episode. I'll be back with another one.